WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. The Tupelo Fire Department is investigating a late morning storage unit fire. Sergeant Ramiel Dunlap says the department received a call at around 11:20 Saturday morning from Attic Self-Storage on Cliff Gookin Boulevard. Dunlap says 2 units are most likely a total loss, while 4 to 6 other units have smoke damage. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time, but firefighters say the blaze may have been started by outdoor equipment like lawnmowers or weed eaters. No one was injured in the fire. The incident is still under investigation. Well, on Christmas Eve, most children are dreaming of Santa Claus, but some children in the Maven community watch a colorful celebration. Our DeAndrea Turner has more on the story.
A Fulgham family event has turned into a community celebration.
We had the show just for us, the people that were here at Christmas, but whenever you start shooting that many fireworks, people will start getting word, and before long, so-and-so invite so-and-so. Next thing you know, we've got 100 people in the yard.
For over 20 years, a firework display draws neighbors and friends to the Fulgham's front yard. Henry Mule Fulgham started the fireworks show for his family, but the last 3 years have been different.
Grandfather, he passed 3 years ago, and we kind of carried on the tradition. He was big time Christmas. He had, you know, when it was Christmas time, it was Jesus' birthday. It was time to spend with the family, and it was firework time.
His legacy still lives on.
It was kind of a sense of pride to carry on something that he started, you know, and the community still know that this is being done because of him.
A huge 65-box firework display happens right in their front yard.
We have cars, I mean, half a mile either way on both sides of the road, people coming to watch.
Family members sees the display as a way to honor their grandfather.
The work that goes into them before they're shot, to shooting them, to cleaning up afterwards, you know, it's a family thing. And we do it because of him and to carry on his legacy.
A grandfather's Christmas legacy.
You can take your entire family to see the display on Christmas Eve in Double Springs. The show starts at 9 p.m. and lasts about 30 minutes.
Well, Cash, I think we'll see some pretty good weather for that fireworks display. Definitely a lot better than what we're seeing right now. We've still got some rain bands coming through the area. We've got a couple of bands coming right now to the north of Highway 82 between northern Monroe County through Houston, back to the west towards I-55, and up to the north, just a few light showers now coming through Pontotoc County. Everybody saw at least an inch of rain today, and I think you know it if you've been out. It's one of those cold, wet, and rainy days. Luckily, this low-pressure system here in southern Alabama that's responsible for all of this is slowly but surely making its way off to the north and east. That means Monday and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day looking a lot drier than what we saw today. I did mention most everybody picking up over an inch. Some spots saw even higher than that. This is a report from Lena Black over in Oktibbeha County. She saw just under 2.5 inches, and this was around 4 o'clock today. So with that last band of rain, Lena certainly could have picked up 3 inches or more of rainfall in Starkville. I'll have your full Christmas Eve and Christmas Day forecast. You don't want to miss that. It's coming up in just a little bit. Cash.
All right, thanks, Trevor. Well, tonight, newly released emails are providing details into President Trump's controversial decision to withhold defense funds to Ukraine. The issue led to Mr. Trump's impeachment, something he's now using as a rallying cry. Chip Reed is with the president in Florida.
President Trump turned his impeachment into a political drumbeat Saturday night before an adoring crowd of students in West Palm Beach.
They had nothing. There's no crime. There's no nothing. How do you impeach? You had no crime.
The president has called for a full impeachment trial in the Senate with witnesses who he says will help exonerate him, including the whistleblower and former Vice President Joe Biden. Senate Democrats also want witnesses who they believe will help incriminate the president, such as acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney.
This email is explosive.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer highlighted a newly uncovered White House email asking the Defense Department to please hold off on military aid to Ukraine. The email came soon after the July 25th phone call in which President Trump asked Ukrainian President Zelensky to investigate Joe Biden.
A top administration official, one that we requested, is saying, stop the aid 91 minutes after Trump called Zelensky and said, keep it hush-hush. What more do you need to request a witness?
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has said he would prefer a short trial with no witnesses to keep the focus on the nation's business. But on CBS's Face the Nation, Republican Senator Roy Blunt suggested that could change.
And there may be a time when we decide that witnesses are essential.
As for the timing of the impeachment trial, it's very much up in the air because House Speaker Nancy Pelosi refuses to send the articles of impeachment from the House to the Senate until Senate Republicans tell her what that Senate trial is going to look like.
Toys and bikes and electronics. These could be big ticket items on a child's list for Santa. A local nonprofit has found a fun way to give Santa a little help this year. Our Tyler Hull was there and found out exactly how they did that.
Most of the time, people who stop by Mississippi's Finest Haircuts get just that, a haircut. But Sunday in Columbus, the nonprofit Good Deeds were in the shop doing some good deeds. Their giveaway mixed fun and education. Members were giving away educational tablets as gifts to children in the community. Organizers of the Good Deed tablet giveaway set up creative ways to reward children with tablets through games and events.
We came with the idea of just, instead of giving out toys, because kids don't play with toys for like 15 to 30 seconds, so we decided to go the educational route using tablets.
Stephen Harrison, a member of the organization, says that they feel obligated to give back to the community. By giving back, Good Deeds lets the community know that they are here for them.
It means everything, you know, for the less fortunate and, you know, just for a moral standpoint, because if we don't do it, who will?
This is not the first time the organization has made their presence felt within the community. Members schedule multiple events throughout the year.
We just do basically fundraisers for kids, the jumpers, providing food for families that don't have it. Less fortunate, like for back-to-school drive, we gave out book bags at first of the year, and we kept in contact with them. Make sure they're maintaining good grades, just mentoring them in a small way.
Members have one more message for everyone watching.
Happy holidays from Good Deeds.
Tyler Hull, WCBI News.
Around 50 children received tablets during today's event. A new way to ring in the new year. Mom to Mom is next. Stay with us. It's almost the end of the decade. This week on Mom to Mom, we've got some fun activities for you to do with your family to help ring in the new year. Take a look.
Today on Mom to Mom, we're going to show you a fun way to bond with your kids on New Year's Eve, whether they like it or not. But I have a feeling they're going to like it. It's always fun to watch those movies, have snacks, or even go to parties on New Year's Eve, but why not change things up this year and create a tradition with your family that you can pass down for years and years? This year, we're going to do a time capsule box. Basically, we're going to write on these nice little note cards right here our favorite memory from this year. We're also going to write our goals for the coming year, as well as advice they'd give themselves 5 years from now, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to open this up in 5 years. So basically all you need are some fun stickers. You can get them anywhere at any craft store. Decorate the box, get some markers, have the kids draw all over it, whatever you want to do, and just throw it in there and have fun sharing your favorite memories on New Year's Eve. Some of the things we're doing include a favorite family photo, find one on that camera, print it, and then throw it in the box. Then we have some fun questions on these note cards that everyone in the family is going to answer, one of which, what is a secret about yourself, advice that you would give to yourself, or your favorite memory of 2019. It's a good family bonding experience. And anything else that you want to add, throw it in there and then open it up 5 years from now and see what you guys had to say. I'm going to have a list of some of the things I talked about for this time capsule box up on our Facebook page. You can check it out there. And as always, we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
Well, it may be chilly out there right now, but temperatures are going to be well above average for the next few days and into next week. I'll explain exactly why and have your Christmas forecast coming up right after this.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
Well, if you were hoping for some rainfall or doing that rain dance, you got your wish because we got lots of rain all through the day today. This is a radar estimate of how much rain we got. Radar's estimating about 2 inches in Starkville and in Columbus over the last 24 hours. The official recording at the Air Force Base in northern Lowndes County is about 2 inches, so this is pretty close. Over 2 inches for a pretty good chunk of the area north of the Golden Triangle in portions of Monroe County, Chickasaw County, and Clay County. But everybody has picked up well over an inch of rainfall through the day today. Out there right now, the good news is all this rain is finally starting to dwindle out just a little bit as expected. Most everybody is drying out. Still a little bit of mist and fog out there, but the lighter to moderate rainfall band that came through Starkville and Columbus earlier now making its way through portions of Webster County right there north of that Highway 82 corridor, and it will continue to fizzle out just a little bit as we get into the later evening hours. Temperature is going to stay pretty cool though. You'll see that on Futurecast. Notice the rain really starts to fizzle out as we get into the early morning hours of Monday. As you wake up, I think we will still see a few light showers out there. This is 5 a.m. Notice the radar still indicating maybe a little bit of light activity, but as we get into the later morning hours, say 9 or 10 o'clock, and especially into lunchtime, I think we'll start to see this rain dissipate, but the clouds are going to stick around through the evening. So we're going to call it mostly cloudy for Monday. Can't rule out a little peak of sun as we get closer to sunset, but most of us will stay mostly cloudy. Now, what's the reason for all of this weather we've been seeing? This is a look at the jet stream. So this is the winds way up in the atmosphere. We call this the atmospheric river because the winds are very strong at this layer. And what we look for is these little dips. We call this a trough. And what this indicates is an area of disturbed weather or low pressure. So that's, of course, what we're dealing with right now with the rainfall and the colder air. But what's going to happen over the next few days, that trough's going to scoot on out of here, and we're going to get under what's called a ridge. And when this happens, this big mountain-like structure up in the atmosphere, what that's going to entail is much warmer temperatures. But the good news is it's going to be dry. So once we're caught under this ridge, as we get into the middle portion of the week, closer to Christmas, it is going to be very warm. So 50s tomorrow into the upper 60s by the middle of the week. Notice our average high for this time of year, 52. So we're going to be about 15 degrees above average for a good stretch of the week. 49 overnight tonight with rain showers continuing through the day tomorrow. As I mentioned, rain showers do begin to exit. We'll get up a little bit closer to 50. I think clouds will start to decrease just a little bit as we get past sunset. We'll call it partly cloudy after 6 p.m. For your Christmas forecast, if you're looking for a white Christmas, you probably guessed it, it's not happening this year. Highs in the upper 60s, mostly cloudy, but no rain expected with those southerly winds helping to keep things very warm through Christmas Day. After that, we're going to stay warm. Highs in the upper 60s to near 70 on Thursday and Friday. Clouds are going to stick around through the end of the week. We'll introduce a slight chance for a shower or two on Saturday. Don't think that's a washout. We'll throw that in there, and of course, we'll keep a close eye on that and keep you updated as we get into the week.
Well, Trevor, yesterday you made a prediction, and I think it's safe to say that it was fulfilled today because I woke up and it was raining, drove to work and it was raining, and then went to dinner and it was still,
and it was one of those cold rains. It was just like sick. I hated it. I wanted to stay in bed.
It was, yeah. All right. Well, MSU welcomes back Nick Weatherspoon. We have highlights from his season debut next in sports. Stay with us.
Sports with Chris Bolton.
Today started off on a beautiful note for Bulldog fans. MSU entered the day 8-2, doing so without Nick Weatherspoon. And finally, Weatherspoon is free to make his anticipated return this season after serving a 10-game suspension. But fans might not be happy with the game's result. MSU taking on New Mexico State. There he is, Nick Weatherspoon, returning to the Coliseum. And Bulldogs, he got to it early. Here's the crossover move, makes the defender fall. Pull up, Jay. Cash, that's good. Weatherspoon will only have 8 points today. He struggled with foul trouble. Now, Mississippi State, good ball movement here. Robert Woodard with the catch and shoot three. Bang, that's good. But Mississippi State, after that, they really struggled with turnovers. Here, an alley-oop attempt, no good. That's just one of 17 turnovers State would have. And they only had 21 points in the first half. And the Aggies, they took advantage. A.J. Harris, he knocks down the three-pointer right here. The Aggies, they lead at the break. Then Robert Woodard with the touchdown pass to Tyson Carter, full court pass, getting Mississippi State going. Then Reggie Perry catches it down low, gets through the contact. That's a bucket. State takes the lead late in the second half. But here the Aggies, they make the layup, and that's going to be your dagger right there. New Mexico State goes on to win this one, ruining Weatherspoon's return. The Aggies win 58-52. Now here's a look at the upcoming schedule for Mississippi State. They have one last non-conference game as they take on Kent State December 30th at 7 p.m. And then later, January 4th, they take on arguably, if I'm going to be honest, the best team in the conference right now, the Auburn Tigers. That game will be at 3:30. And then later on January 8th, they take a trip to T-Town to take on John Petty and an up-and-down Alabama squad at 6 p.m. January 8th. The Saints and the Titans, they battle it out in Nashville. We have highlights from this matchup next in sports. Taking on the Titans, Derrick Henry sitting this one out with a hamstring injury. But in the words of Shannon Sharp, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Ryan Tannehill, he hits Jonnu Smith. That's going to be a 41-yard touchdown pass, getting things rolling for the Titans early. They go up 7-0. And they don't stop there. Tannehill, he gives this one to who else? A.J. Brown. We've seen this before. He makes reservations for 6 in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Titans, they go up early 14-0. A.J. getting things rolling. But the Saints, they bounce back. Breeze dropping back looking. He finds Jared Cook. He catches it. A little stiff for him here, and he hits the sidelines, and he's gone. That's going to be a 61-yard touchdown, getting the Saints. They now trail 14-10, and they're back in the ball game. Coming out of halftime, Kamara gets the handoff. He's gone. He sees a seam. He puts on the Jets. That's a touchdown for the Saints. Kamara's first touchdown since week 3 this season. And then later on in the third quarter, Saints up 17-14. 1-yard touchdown by Kamara. The Saints, they keep things rolling. They go up 24-14. But the Titans, they try to bounce back. Tannehill, play action fake. He's scrambling. He's looking. He's looking. He finds Tajay Sharp over the middle. Tajay sees the end zone. He gets to the end zone. That's a touchdown for Sharp, his first of the day. And the Titans, look at him. He gives the fans some love. The Titans right back in the ball game, down 24-21. Saints with the ball. Drew Brees, he finds Jared Cook. Jared Cook made fantasy football owners very happy today. His second touchdown of the day. And the Saints, they keep things cooking. But the Titans, they got the ball down in the fourth. Tannehill looking. He finds Sharp again over the middle. He catches that one. That's his second touchdown of the game. And the Titans, they trail 31-28. It's late in the fourth quarter. Tannehill, he finds his receiver, but he gets rocked. Fumble. Saints recover the ball, and they have a very nice return. They take it deep in the Titans territory, and that sets up this play right here. Can't guard Mike. He gets open. He takes the ball for what looks to be another touchdown. That catch right there will break the single-season reception record for catches in a season. It's reviewed. The officials say he's down at the 1-yard line, but that's okay. Drew Brees, he drops back. Second and goal. Who else is he going to throw it to? Of course, Mike Thomas. That's a touchdown. You can't change that one. And the Saints, they go on to win this one 38-28. They keep their chances of getting the bye in the playoffs alive. The Titans, they're the sixth spot in the AFC playoff race. Now we head to Philadelphia, where the Eagles take on the Cowboys. Eagles need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Carson Wentz, he drops back, pumps fake, finds Dallas Goedert in the back of the end zone. That's a touchdown. And the Eagles, they're up early, 10-0. Now, the Cowboys with the ball. Dak Prescott drops back. He throws a 41-yard pass to Michael Gallup. He brings that one in. That will go on to set up a field goal for the Cowboys, so they're down 10-3. Then right before halftime, the Cowboys, they knock another field goal in. They go into the half trailing 6-10. They're right back in the ball game. But the Eagles, they keep things rolling. Carson Wentz hands it off to Miles Sanders. That's a 1-yard touchdown. And right before the fourth quarter, Eagles go up 17-6. Now it's fourth down for the Cowboys. Dak looks. He throws one to the end zone for Gallup. Sidney Jones bats it away. And that's pretty much going to do things for the Cowboys. Right here, Miles Sanders takes the handoff. That's a 36-yard run, and that's going to do it. The Eagles, they go on to get the win, and they take first place in the division. They win 17-9. Cowboys fall to second place. That's all we have for sports. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Well, guys, I know you want a white Christmas. Everybody does. It's not this year, though. 67 for our high on Christmas Day. So if it snows, it's officially going to be a Christmas miracle. The good news is I don't think we're going to see anything in the way of rainfall. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, both looking pretty nice. We are going to keep the clouds in play, though, through the end of the week. Those temperatures staying very warm. We'll throw in the chance for a few isolated showers on Saturday with temperatures staying in the mid-60s, cooling down finally a little bit by Sunday.
You know what? I'm not going to complain about 67 on Christmas Day. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, at least it's not raining. You know, you can complain if it rained, but not with those 60s. It's going to be pretty nice.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Hope everybody has a great holiday. We will catch you back here tomorrow.